This is freaking me out. She's onto something. Hi, Angel. This is my first time trying an actual full-on psychic reading session. So let's do this together. Mostly so that you can see my honest reactions. Like if it doesn't work, you will know it because I'll be so honest with you. But basically, I'm going to be asking some questions about my present situation as well as my future. And the present situation stuff is a test to see if they're actually psychic or not. So at best, you know what my future holds, and at worst, it's still entertaining. So why not? If you're new here, my name is May, and my channel is all about improving your mind, body, and spirit because everything is interconnected and we're very holistic and honest about it. Okay, so this is very, very important background and the entire reason why I believe that there are psychics out there. So the closest thing I ever had to a psychic reading was that my bestie and I went to an astrologer's place in the East Village for a birth chart reading. This is actually me circling back to say that I wasn't the one getting the birth chart reading, my friend is. And this was many, many years ago. So we got there and the lady told us that she was a psychic and that we got to ask her a question before we started the birth chart reading. So I thought, why not ask her about my career? Because at the time I was working on my 2 degrees in design and in psychology. So I told her about where I was at and if I'll become a designer or a psychologist. And she was straight up like, no, I did not see this in your future. Instead, I see you in communication, specifically something to do with YouTube. And guys, I was so mad because first of all, my degrees would basically be pieces of paper if this came true. And the fact that she brought up YouTube was so specific and I knew nothing about YouTube. I thought that YouTube was so unserious and at the time I was about to graduate. Anyways, I was just mad about it and I forgot about the whole thing until very recently that memory actually came up again when I was meditating. So then I thought that this is maybe a sign to explore this a little bit more. And listen, it's always healthy to question everything exactly like I did. I completely refused to believe her, but then, eventually I was proven wrong. Like I became a YouTuber. Anyways, I've always believed that people do have spiritual gifts. I just wasn't sure how common or rare that it was. So I thought at the time that there can't be that many psychics out there who's actually real. But turns out it's actually very common. A lot of us have gifts and some of them use it to help other people and others they explore as a career path. Anyways, I came up with a bunch of questions for the psychic. We're gonna go over them one by one, hopefully. And maybe a few months from now, we can come back to this video to see if whatever they said was true or not. So I actually started looking into different psychic platforms and I came across Nebula. Their accuracy rate is 93.4%. And I saw that they had quite a bit of media coverage. So to me, it looks like telehealth, but for psychics, they have an app, they have a website, but the sessions take place online over a live chat. Although there's also a messaging function if they're offline, but they're basically a platform for psychics where you can go to find help around any kind of guidance that you're looking for or to seek some form of clarity for whatever it is that you're going through and wherever you are in life. They can help provide you the tools to find deeper alignment with yourself. So I think it's really handy whether you already trust your intuition or not, or if you're still working on building that relationship with yourself. You can either go to them for insights or to confirm what your intuition is telling you, and that's another way to strengthen that bond. So from their website, it looks like they have everything from astrology and tarot to aura readings. They have dream interpretation to full-on magical psychic sessions. I believe starting out, you get to talk to 3 different psychics for free, so you also get to test them out as well. Anyways, they have hundreds of psychic readers available with all kinds of specialties, and they will match you up with a few that actually fit your needs through a questionnaire. So it's all very intentional. You're not wasting time scrolling through 500 different psychics, and their average rating is 4.8, which is actually ridiculously high. Okay, so finally, my chosen psychic is online. I'm going to send her this message right now. And now I'm being connected to the live chat. So she's saying that unfortunately this year in particular is not filled with too much excitement or growth. So it's pretty interesting because she's saying that for the rest of the year, I'm being called to rest, even though I feel a huge drive to do more and I want to do everything. So I sent her a bunch of my questions around self-improvement and she's asking me, have I been able to answer those for myself? And I was just saying no, I'm just starting out and I'm thinking about them. And she says, so the thing is, these last 4 months are great for reflection. See what else she's saying here. Next year, starting in January, it will be a time of growth for you. But right now, it's all about looking back, thinking about your path so far, and starting to plan for your next few years. And that's pretty interesting. That's almost like a confirmation of what I've been feeling for the last few months. So I said, yeah, I'm still working on my own growth. And what are the specifics I should reflect on? Are there any inner blocks that are holding me back? How do I know I'm on the right track? So she's saying that there is something that's blocking me right now, it's almost like not thinking others like you or appreciate you as much as they do, like not realizing it or not seeing how great you are, not being aware of your gifts fully. Like your talents are so appreciated and seen by many. I mean, which is true, and she knows nothing about me. I think you can have a lot of success. You might be afraid of succeeding. That is true for a lot of people. So now I'm connecting to the next psychic, Wendy. Let's see what she says. So this next psychic uses tarot, and she's laying the tarot right now and getting the answers to my questions. This is freaking me out. She's saying that from what the cards are revealing in terms of career work, I'm going to have a couple of opportunities early next year that can prove to be quite positive for me, which is the same thing that the other lady said. And then as for inner blocks, I see a lack of consistency alongside you being too attached and caring towards others, which at times leads to you sacrificing yourself for them. You have to be an emotional leader of those around you, but without blocking your own path. Okay, so my next question is, what should I focus on the next few months to grow? And I think I want to start a lot of projects. I'm trying to imagine all these different timelines for them, but I'm also trying to do the most, and I'm not sure if my efforts are on the right path. So the good news is they're both saying that I'm on the right path, but progress is going to be slow and steady. Then she's saying that my potential is not well determined in terms of how far I can go, which is actually great news, but also shows a lack of structure. Perhaps a clear sense of direction is not always there for you. I need to basically organize my time so I know where I'm going. But as for the projects, the cards are suggesting that, mentorship is something that you can consider as soon as possible, while the rest can wait until the start of next year. I just got back from dinner and I took the time to sit down and go through both of these psychic chat and basically think about their messages. A lot of it was also things that I felt like I really, really needed to hear. Again, not in the sense that it would have applied to everybody, but I needed to hear it from my specific situation. And so the similarities that they were talking about were these three things. First of all, they said that early next year, I will get career opportunities and growth. Specifically, one of them said January. They both also told me to slow down over the next few months and reflect on my progress and plan ahead and work on my enoughness instead of constantly distracting myself with being overly productive. And then the third point is, strangely enough, both of them mentioned that getting into either mentorships or creating group classes of some kind will be a very good project for me to start over the next few months, and that now will be a great time to build on that project, which is kind of crazy because right now I'm actually about to take my exam for my board certification for life coaching, so who knows where this is going to end up. And if we were to look at specifics, Hillary actually brought up a blockage around my self-validation, that I need to feel like I'm enough because I don't actually realize how much people appreciate me. And instead, she said that my focus should be on rebuilding that sense of worth and resting more and remembering that I'm enough. And most importantly, the fact that I don't have to feel like I have to be productive in order to feel that way. She also brought up an interesting point that a part of me might be afraid of success, which really hit me because it's true. I've been thinking a lot about what it means to be seen by 10 times the amount of people that I'm being seen right now. And it's a very unique challenge because not a lot of people go through it, but it seems like to me, I kind of have to think about that at some point because it might be what success looks like for me. Am I prepared to handle that? Is it going to stress me out? So I've actually already been reflecting a lot on that, but I didn't tell her. And then Wendy, on the other hand, pointed out that I am on the right track. I'm just very distracted right now. And because of that, I lack structure. And she's saying that my potential is still wide open. And I felt like she was very objective in the way that she was delivering her messages to me compared to Hillary, who's very much more so like focused on the personality, the character, as well as the remedy. She was very much about like, how do we solve this? Anyways, what Wendy said about my potential actually reminded me of what a spiritually gifted friend of me told me recently, that the world is my oyster and that my work is more important than I realize. A lot of people are grateful that, I'm out here doing the things that I'm doing and that those people are here for me. So hearing both readings and how it's actually really lining up in my life right now actually gave me a lot to think about. And I feel like in the next few months, I'm going to be spending a lot of time reflecting and grounding and just looking inward spiritually, basically preparing myself for what's coming. So now I'm curious, do you believe in psychic readings? Tell me in the comments below and let me know which side you're on. I would love to hear your story. And just to thank you for watching, I'm going to be picking one of you in the comment section and I'll be sending you one of my favorite self-development books around spirituality. I'll be using randomizer to pick the comment and I'm going to announce it on my Instagram stories. And I'll do that exactly 1 week from today. So make sure to follow me on Instagram so you'll see it. And if you're the winner, make sure to DM me and also leave a comment on my YouTube. Anyways, we'll talk about it, but make sure to DM me. So if you're curious as well, you can also get your own Nebula psychic reading and get your free 3 minutes each with 3 selected psychics. The link to sign up is down below in the description. Honestly, it's worth at least trying it out even if you're skeptical because you never know what might resonate with you. Thank you all so much and I will see you in the next video.